Hey y'all, welcome to Tutor Bros. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and look at another example problem that I got before. So the equations here, we're going to be looking here at this point. We're going to be looking at 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 24. Now, the question's a little cut off, but you can see here it says rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. So they want slope-intercept form. So like I had told y'all before in previous videos, that based off of what you're given, you can kind of work either going backwards or forwards. Now, normally they'll give you like a point and a slope, or they'll give you 2 points. So you're normally starting at one of these two spots. So the way I like to think about it, is that this is 4, this is 3, this is 2, and then this is 1. So you normally start at 4 or 3 on the level of this pyramid, but in this case they're starting off at 1. Now for standard form, the way that it's written is ax plus by is equal to c. Now really quick, just to let you all know, a and b's, this is very important. The book may tell you, your professor may tell you, but sometimes they slip up or maybe they just don't acknowledge it at that specific moment. But a's have to be whole numbers. That's the rule for when we're writing standard equations. A have to be whole numbers. So we normally, when we write, try to get into standard form, we don't like it to be in fractions. So what we're given here is it's already not in fraction form. So the idea is that we just have to move it around. So to go from standard form, and it's ax plus by is equal to c, we're just going to go ahead and get it to look like y is equal to negative, well in this case I want to let you know that we need to get it to look like mx plus b. We need to get it to look like the slope-intercept form, the formula. But the way that I go ahead and think about it is you just want to solve for y. So that's just literally my big tip to you, is solve for y. That's the whole point of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to solve it, and we're going to be working on that. So we have 3x plus 4y. So we have 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 24. So in order to solve this, remember we're going to be solving for y, so we have to isolate y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3x here, subtract 3x. Now remember, I know most students already, the first thing they go to is, oh, we're going to cancel this, so we're okay with this. But when it comes to this negative 24 and negative 3x, some people will go ahead and tell us, oh, well, that's negative 27x. But remember, this doesn't have an x, the other one does have an x, so you got to remember to keep your variables separated. I write it like this, but I would go ahead and tell you that if you feel more comfortable writing it, you can go ahead and write it in this mannerism also, where you say there's negative 3x minus 24. Give yourself some space to operate. You know, make it look like you have it. You can say 0x, and you can say 0. But for the most part, so y'all don't get confused or anything, I just would give yourself some space, you know. Rewrite it with the ability so that you can have something to work with. So now I'll write 4y is equal to negative 3x minus 24. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and be dividing by 4. So we want to go ahead and divide by 4 to both of them. So another way that that could be written, or the way it could look like, is like this. Now there's not a big difference, it's just me separating fractions. So this is just another way of looking at it, by separation of fractions. And this is, separation of fractions is just we're splitting them up because both of them are being divided by that specific 4. So then we get y is equal to negative 3/4 x minus 6. Now 24 divided by 4 gives us 6, but we can't divide by 4 on this. So this turns out to be our equation. I believe it told us like that was the correct answer. There you go. So that's matching. So as you can see, in order to get from standard form to the slope-intercept form, you solve for y. If you have any more questions, go ahead and leave a comment, send us an email, and we'll try to get work with y'all. Thanks a lot.